Here we go. Frank Lampard walks out the door, obviously being sacked from Everton. Not playing very well, good football, bottom of the table, not looking good. So are we the manager to turn it around? So here we go into the pre-season tournament. Obviously we're going to go with the most expensive to get more money to spend on transfers, because this team needs a very, very big overhaul. As you can see from this formation, it's a 4-5-1. We are not looking to play a 4-5-1. We're going to change to a 4-3-3 holding. I like this formation just down to the fact, you've got that holding midfielder. And I think the players that Everton have currently got fit this formation. We've got McNeil, who will probably swap in and out with Gray. We've got Calvert-Lewin up top. We've now got Gordon on the right. That's where he's going to be playing for us anyway. He's going to be playing on this right-hand side. In the middle of the park, obviously, there's Onana, but he's going to be a backup for Idrissa Gueye for that centre defensive spot. So we are going to be looking for a new midfielder, and then obviously Decorah is going to sit in that centre of the park. Looking at these three midfielders, we are going to be wanting to look for a attacking midfielder. A bit more of a creative player, a bit more of a centre attacking mid kind of player. Someone that can just deliver something for Calvert-Lewin. We are going to look for a new right back. Seamus Coleman hasn't got the greatest of pace, and the only other player that we've got is Patterson, who is a very young player. And then obviously, we're going to try out Holgate, Godfrey, and then Kalenko at left back, and then obviously Pickford in net, the number one for England. But we will be looking for, a backup goalkeeper. We're going to look for a right back. We're going to look for a centre midfielder. Dele Alli, he hasn't had the greatest of careers. It's gone very much downhill for him. Maybe that's the player that we bring back. And then obviously here you can see we have listed a lot of players either for transfer or for loan listing. We didn't get very lucky with youth academy. Maybe it's something that we look into further on into the season. And then here are the short list of players that we're going for. We've got John Stones, idle for Everton, be a good player to bring back. Awar, very good creative midfielder. Vega, he is a left winger, free agent, should be good. Spence to fill that right back role, young player, very good to develop. And then Bazanu for the backup goalkeeper, only 20 years of age, a lot of potential, has room to grow, and who knows, maybe even takes over that number one spot for Jordan Pickford. We do start with 51 million, and then obviously going into the objectives. They want youth development within the 2 seasons of who's bringing players up. They want them to play at least 50% of the games. Brand exposure, 7 games without defeat in home matches, and replace 3 players from the team. So then, with any players that we sell, we need to replace. Continental, it doesn't matter. Domestic Cup, they want us to get this round of 16 and mid-table. And then financial, they want us to make a profit of 4.3 million, which I don't think is going to be possible with the overhaul that we need to do. Heading into training, we'll skip right up until the end. We don't really do training, but here you will see our very first signing of John Stones. It's got to be sorted out from the back, and this is the man that is going to be doing it for us. A very good, well-known centre-half around Everton camp. It's where he moved from to go to City in the first place, so why not bring him back, put him back into an Everton shirt, and see how we get on. And there they are, introducing him into the club. And like I say, what a way to announce us as a manager and an arrival into Everton. Here is Mr. John Stones himself. Obviously the new features this year, we do get to see the rating of what we get for the transfer. We did spend 36 million, and I think his wages were about £100,000. So we do get a C rating. It's a good price, but they did expect us to spend a little bit less. And he fits straight into the team against next to Godfrey. But every new signing also means a departure. And the first one out the door is going to be Seamus Coleman. You know, we didn't really need him at right back. His pace isn't great. He's 33 years of age. You know, it's time to get rid. Like I said, this team needs a very much overhaul, and the only way we're going to do it is by getting rid of them older players, letting the youth come into play and develop this Everton side. So we do go and get 2.8 million. We do sell him to Brentford. Hopefully, you know, he plays well over there, but it's just not needed for us. We do get an A rating, which means we've got the best potential that we got. And, you know, another departure along the way, you know, we've got to fund the transfers somehow with the big expenditure on John Stones. So we do see Michael Keane walk out of the Everton doors. We do see him off. Yeah, I mean, we also sold Rondon for 2.4 million. But yeah, like I say, we did also sell Michael Keane. We got an A rating for Rondon, and we got an A rating for Michael Keane. We got 15 million for Michael Keane, which I think is a very decent price. 29-year-old. You know, it's half the price for Stones. And here is another marquee signing coming through the Everton doors, and it is a very good attacking midfielder. He only had 12 months left on his contract, so we did get him for kind of a deal. Well, I'd say it as a deal, but obviously the game doesn't see it much as a deal. Because I wanted to pay a little bit less, but it is what it is. We do see him in that Everton shirt right there, and it stood next to myself. And what a player, what a caliber of player we do have there. So we did, you know, we did let go of Iwobi, and for 5 million, I think that's an absolute great bargain. Obviously, the game thinks it should be a C rating. We could have paid a little bit less, but obviously because of Iwobi's rating thingy and the money that we gave. And we also do bring in Vega, free transfer. I mean, you can't go wrong with some free transfers. It does also fill out the squad a little bit after letting some players go. He is an 8 rated, so I mean, it's nothing too bad. Walking through the door, we now have Spence. This episode is just going to be, you know, players coming in, players departing. Like I say, it is going to be an overhaul to begin with, but once we are set, we are going to be hopefully tearing up that Premier League. And here is, like I say, Spence to fill in that right back role. Obviously, we did get rid of Coleman, and what, you know, may as well replace him with a very young player, very talented player, and a very good potential, a growth worth player. We do get a C rating for this. We did spend a little bit over, but it's a player that I wanted, and it's a player that I'd love to develop. And yet again, another player coming through them Everton doors. They've been swinging open all day for departures and arrivals. And here is the young goalkeeper, Bazanu. I mean, he has a lot of potential on FIFA. You know, he can also take over that number 1 spot from Pickford, maybe, you know, in a couple of seasons to come. But for now, he's going to be shadowing Pickford, maybe play him in a couple of cup games, see how he gets on, see what his growth's like. But yeah, here is another player, only 20 years of age. We're going through a 3.5 million from Southampton. So it's a great steal for us. You know, a very good A rating for that, which isn't surprising. So we go ahead into the first friendly game against Mönchengladbach. This is the team that we're going to roll with. You know, pretty much the team that we said: Spence at right back, Stones, Godfrey, Michaelenko, Gay, Awar, Decorah, Gordon, Calvert-Lewin, and McNeil on the left. So here's the first sim, and we do win 1-0, and it is our free agent that scores, Mr. Vega himself. So, I mean, we've done something good. We do roll into the second one against Wolfsburg. And unfortunately, we do get a 4-2 loss within this one. But Wolfsburg are a very good side, you know. We can't compete straight away against unreal sides. And here it is, you know, here's Vega walking through the door, even though he has already played a game and already scored for the club and made us win the game. We see him now training away. I don't know why FIFA does this. Sometimes they're already in and then they give you the little video after. But sometimes it's a glitch where somebody leaves, but it gives you the player that last joined. And James Gardner does leave to Brighton for 2 years. And we do have another game. We are just going to rotate the full squad near enough. Townsend on that right, Gray on the left, Mupai up at the top. Tom Davis comes into play. Onana plays in that CDM role. Decoris keeps his spot because we are limited to the midfielders we have. Holgate goes in at right back. Tarkovsky comes in, and so does Connor Cody. Vinga comes in at left back, and we do risk putting Bazanu in for the friendly against Saluso as well. And there it is we do get a 2-1 win. Mapai bagging in the goals. I mean, what a good backup we have for Calvert-Lewin. And yet again, here we see another departure for the Everton team. You know, like I say, we're going to see a lot of people leave. We're going to see a lot of people join. We're going to try and maximise as much as possible. I mean, it is only a loan signing this time, so it's Nathan Patterson for a 12-month deal. And there we have it. We are wrapping up the series. Obviously, like I say, it's going to be a short one. It's just a introduction into something new that we're going to try onto the channel. We do end up going into Nottingham Forest on the first game of the season. So hopefully we somehow manage to get a win with that, with the team that we built. As you can see, the team there, Pickford, Spence, Stones, Godfrey, Michaelenko, Guy, Awar, Decora, Gordon, Calvert-Lewin and McNeil. I believe that's going to be our starting 11. And then we'll just rotate around. We are just going to have a look at the calendar real quick. As you can see, the fixtures to come up, we have Forest, Villa, Wolves in the Cup and Fulham. And then obviously we have the transfer window ending. So we're going to try and wrap that up in the next series. Whether that's going to be, I do them 4 games as one episode and then the transfer one as a transfer special, but the funds are limited now. We did spend a lot of money on Stones. We do only have 7 million left. So yeah, I mean that's it for the Everton career mode right now. So if you have enjoyed and you do enjoy and you want to see more episodes, please hit that subscribe button, please hit the like button, and if you think there's any players that we should go out and buy, please comment below. Thank you guys and see you soon.